Hey there, how you doing? Charlie Winters here with horse racing tips for Saturday the 24th of January. Well, this is going to be a quick video. I'm a bit under the weather at the moment. Well, I'm going to contradict myself now. I don't feel poorly, I just feel absolutely shattered. So let me get into it. Well, I've had two McDonald's recently, that's probably what's done me. So, 25 pence each way, lucky 63. So I'm going to talk you straight through them. I'm going to keep it as brief as possible. So the first selection is Push the Button at 13 to 2 in the 12.05 at Cheltenham. This horse trained by Mark Walford. I do believe it was trained by the Twiston Davis camp over hurdles. It's got course form, but over hurdles, but it's taken to fences quite well. And I do like the look of it. Mark Walford doesn't have that many runners at Cheltenham. And I do think running from close to the front, it should have a decent chance. When the ground is as bad as what it is, sometimes it can favour those up with the pace. You may see them taking different routes on the course as well. They may run out very wide, or maybe they might take that route towards the end of the day if it really churns up. So I do think that Push the Button, I don't think it'll lead. I think there's a couple more that could actually lead in the race, but it will be right up there. Can jump left sometimes, so that's fine because it's a left-handed course, obviously. Second selection is One Horse Town at 9 to 2 in the 12.40 at Cheltenham. Well, I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure you are like me. When you see fallers, you always look to see if they got up okay. Well, Harry Durham's had quite a bad time recently because he's had two horses, and I'm probably going to get the names wrong slightly. I think one's called Lirio or Lyrico, and the other one was called I haven't even looked for this horse's name. It's something like Wycamp or something like that. They both fell and died, unfortunately. Both promising novice hurdlers. It's always dreadful when you see them, but for two fatalities, and I think it's in the last 14 days. I think they've only had about 8-10 runners, and for two of them to die, I think it's pretty tragic, really. I know we all know what could happen, but yeah, it must be gutting for the owners. Obviously, that you see on a regular basis, or you might see on a regular basis, the Basher Watts Syndicate, and you see how passionate they are. I'm sure most owners are exactly the same. So for two separate owners to have tragedies like that, I know what you're taking on board when you own a racehorse, but it must be absolutely gutting. So yeah, so hopefully not turning fortune. This horse is the best horse in the race, but it is a bit more exposed, but it is still progressive because it's had several wins. I believe it came 8th last time. The problem last time is it was taken on, and there was one or two that really took it on, and it's quite a strong race, to be fair. The second has come out and absolutely hosed in. The Faye Bramley horse, I can't remember exactly what its name is now, but there's a Faye Bramley horse that it was favourite or second favourite at Cheltenham for one of the races, one of the novice hurdles, and then it went to somewhere like, I don't know, Newbury, Haydock, Doncaster, no, more like Newbury or Haydock. And it absolutely hosed him. We got the second that day, so it was only like a week or a fortnight ago. Well, that horse finished slightly in front of One Horse Town, but One Horse Town did have a bad trip that day. So, that horse finished in front of One Horse Town, but not one place. It beat it in the race, but it was taken on for the lead, this horse was. So I do think One Horse Town, and to be fair, Push the Button have got excellent chances. They're not huge prices. So the next selection is Moon d'Orange at 14 to 1 in the 1.15 at Cheltenham. I think this might be off the same mark or £1 higher than when it won this race in the past. This horse, I don't believe Sean Bone is on it today. You have to bear with me because I don't feel very well, and also, well, I feel a bit rough, and also I'll look at these at 3 o'clock in the morning. This horse will more than likely have exaggerated weighting tactics. It kind of contradicts what I just said about it might pay up to be with the pace, but you never know. I've been known to be wrong in the past, but I think it's quite, apart from the first two in the betting, I think it's a very open race, and I do believe they're paying first 4, probably even 5 or 6 with Sky Bet. So yeah, 14 to 1 in my opinion is a decent price. The next selection is PlaceNet at 5 to 1 in the 1.50 at Cheltenham. Take a look at that one for yourself. It's the cross-country chase. I can't really give you form for that because, don't get me wrong, there is some form over Cheltenham, but you never quite know what they're aiming for. But I do know that it's gone from 7 to 1 to 5s. The next selection is Kilcawlar, 11 to 2 in the 12:55 at Doncaster. I think this one is going to be very progressive. It's from the Ben Pauling stable. It's heading in the right direction. Strong, powerful. Will be up near the front, and I think it'll be hard to beat. I do believe it's currently the second favourite. And the first selection, the final selection in the bet, but the first selection of the day is Crafter at 9 to 1 in the 11:58 at Lingfield. What I'll tell you about this horse is, just over a year ago, I tipped this horse. I think it was midweek at Lingfield. I think it was 6 or 7 to 1 in the paper. And I don't know if anybody remembers it, but this is the one where it lost by a nose at 66 to 1. It was one of the biggest drifters I've ever seen. I'm sure it was 6s or 7s in the morning because I actually took the prize. I took the prize with Sky Bet because I put it on the night before. Then I looked at the results. I thought, yes. Or I might have just seen how much I got in my account. I thought, well, that's a nice little... Because I think we had an okay day that day. But, yeah, it lost by a nose at 66 to 1 after drifting from something like 6s or 7s. So, yeah, so Crafter, so more than likely it could well drift again. And just because it drifts, don't think it can't win, because clearly, well, it didn't win that day, but clearly it can run much better than its odds drift could reflect. So there is going to be a football bet. I've gone slightly different on the football this week. Instead, what I've done is I've had 5 selections, 5 both teams to score, 5 both teams to score in the first half. The both teams to score in the first half, 5 teams. I've had trebles upwards, and then the same selections, I've had 5 matches over 2.5 goals. Those will be in the description about 10 minutes after the video, because I need to paste it in and whatever. So these These are all the bets for Saturday, the 24th of January. So I wish you the very best of luck. Charlie Winters, over and out. Cheers, mate.